First and foremost, our job is here to educate, right? We want to make sure that we're dispelling any type of rumors, myths, anything of that nature, right? Hearing loss or tinnitus. Back in the day, that was a freebie, right? We understand 95% of military is exposed to hazardous noises. It's loud in the galley, you know? So we have to understand that being exposed to hazardous noise doesn't always mean that you're going to get equal benefits in regards to hearing loss or tinnitus. So we want to make sure that we understand that as well. So a lot of these things that I'm going to make sure that you understand are going to make sure it's going to impact you, but impact you not only yourself, but other veterans as well. And when I mean veterans, I mean active duty, because everyone is going to be a veteran one day. Let me tell you guys something. We're going to go a lot more in depth in that, but the VA home loan benefit is one of the most powerful mortgage tools on the market. There is nothing else that can touch it. There is nothing else that can touch the VA home loan, just due to the fact, the intricacies of it and how it's beneficial. But we'll talk about that a little later. Veterans for Veterans, the military disability consulting company has basically all aspects. We help in all aspects of benefits. We're talking about healthcare benefits, disability compensation, education benefits, VA home loan benefits, just in a full array of benefits. So that's what we're here for. That's what we do. We don't want to just get you access. We want to maximize your benefits. And everyone knows what that means, right? We want to make sure that you're kind of going through the intricacies to get to the maximum level of the 100%, because at the end of the day, that's the end goal for everyone. Most organizations will not do that for you. One key factor, I want everyone to understand, you and I could do the same military service time, but our VA disability will come out completely different. We can do the same job, same rank, same service time. And I promise you, a lot of times your VA disability will come out different, because everyone's medical conditions are different. Everyone's processes and procedures on how they process things are different. So I've dealt with thousands of veterans, okay? Understandably, everyone is very different, and there's always standard operating procedures for everyone, all right? So I want you to understand that. Listen, that's on a constant basis, but here's some of the benefits that we're gonna go over. Disability compensation, right? Education and training, Voc Rehab, okay? VNRE. That is a huge benefit that most veterans don't take advantage of, okay? Everyone is here giving praise to the GI Bill, which the GI Bill was great, but there's a strategic plan where you can be able to use your Voc Rehab benefits and pass those GI Bill benefits down to your spouse or children, but also still retain education benefits for yourself. But it's all about how you develop your action plan moving forward. But most veterans don't utilize the VNRE program. Now, let me tell you, they actually changed the name to Veteran Employment Readiness Program. But let me tell you, last year, one huge detail that no one talks about, if you were discharged after 2013, you can be able to use the VNRE, the Voc Rehab program for the rest of your life. That's huge, because that's education and job placement training for a veteran who's discharged after 2013 or more for the rest of their life. That means you can be able to go to college, on the job training, or a trade school, and they will actually pay for it, but then provide you with a stipend for equipment, and also provide you a stipend for any type of housing on a monthly basis. That just went up last year by 6.2%. It is very similar to the GI Bill, but not exactly the same, because one is coming from the VA, all right, the Department of Veterans Affairs, one is coming from the Department of Education, all right, so understand that. Healthcare benefits. Healthcare benefits, obviously, most of you guys are going to be retiring. Well, all of you guys should be retiring, right? So healthcare benefits, that's going to be something that's afforded to you. TRICARE, right? TRICARE is excellent. But I want you to understand that TRICARE is also associated with a lot of copays. You have specialized care, you have surgical procedures, you have any type of medication. Guess what? You're going to be hit with a copay, okay? But if you go to the VA, it's totally free. Totally free. So now that removes those charges from you. These are the kind of the ancillary benefits that people don't talk about. There was over $38 million left on the table of unused benefits for the VA last year in the annual budget. So these are monies that we're leaving on the table. VA home loans, we're gonna get a little bit more in depth in that. I'm not gonna talk too much about that, because again, I don't wanna make sure, I want you to be able to engage in that experience, because I'm gonna tell you right now, the VA home loan benefit has changed my life. It changed my family's life. Okay, and I want you guys to really be impacted just as I was. Burial benefits. Obviously, everyone should know here that if, again, at any death for any veteran, you are able to, for any government burial grounds, you're able to be buried there totally free, okay? So that's something that we need to take consideration of as well. But in regards to headstones and different things of that nature, they're able to provide stipends for that at a cost. They'll provide I guess a few $1,000s in regards to that. So, but that changes every year, just like each and every other benefit. Dependent and survivors, it's called the DIAC program, the Dependent Amenity Compensation Program. So God forbid if anything ever happened to any one of you and you were 100% disabled, well, let me tell you, you'll be able to provide those benefits down to your spouse and children. Your compensation benefits, education benefits, and your VA home loan benefit. This is something that relatively most veterans don't talk about because obviously it's pretty morbid, right? It brings energy down. No one wants to talk about those things. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's something, again, life insurance cannot purchase. But life insurance is great. We want life insurance. And there's also access to other VA life insurance. We'll talk about that too. But that is something that's going to take care of your family even in the afterlife. But again, you must pass away from a service-connected disability. You must pass away from a service-connected disability. Okay, I had a shipmate of mine pass away, unfortunately. The cause of death was not associated with a service-connected disability. Most veterans are gonna go ahead and stop and not claim all their disabilities. They just wanna get to the 100%. This is why you need to claim all your disabilities. Disability compensation, what it is, it's a tax-free monetary benefit that is offered to every service member once discharged from service. Okay, it's from the result of a physical ailment, mental ailment, or disease that transpired in military service. There's a huge caveat. It does not only need to transpire in the military service to be service connected. It does not only need to transpire in military service to be service connected. So please understand that. Please understand that. But again, it's how you're able to develop your plan of action on how you'll be able to get your benefits. But now, again, this benefit is going to be able to go for the rest of your life. You're able to receive this benefit for the rest of your life every single month, okay? Again, some of the common covered conditions, right? When you're talking about being in the service, everyone should be having back pain. Everyone should be having knee pain. Everyone should be having some, even type of mental ailment or not. But I want to tell you this. Just because you claim it doesn't mean you're going to get service connected, whether if it happened in service or not. It's about, again, the facts found. It's about the facts found. And just because it's in your service medical record doesn't mean you're going to get service connected. It's processes and procedures that the VA takes part of that they must follow, okay? They must follow or they will be deemed, all right? So I want you to understand, a lot of times when people tell you, oh, just keep submitting your claim. Just route it up, keep routing it up, appeal. That doesn't mean you're gonna get service connected. I was the person on the other end that's receiving the claim that said route it up. I was unfortunately the one said no and denying it. I was that person. So once it got all the way up to the chain of command, it came all the way back down denied. And I wanna tell you, it was never a pleasurable experience to do so. But what was a pleasurable experience when I was able to approve it. Or when I was able to give that phone call, if it was a quick phone call, they will, 9 times out of 10, you will never hear a VA rater or a VA decision maker give you a call to say, hey, make sure you do this, this, and this, and that's all you need. You typically will never hear that, okay? And I'm telling you right now, they have quotas, they have numbers. Currently right now, they have an inventory of 1.1 million claims right now in the inventory. That's the largest over the last decade. Okay, they have over 600,000 in backlog. And the meaning of backlog, that's 125 days that's been sitting there or longer. So when you are trying to get your claim adjudicated, have your medical evidence, have your service treatment records. I'm sure everyone here has told their junior personnel, make a copy of your service medical records once transitioning. Unfortunately, it is more the senior personnel that does not have their service medical records when transitioning. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, and this is the one way that you can be able to take care of yourself as well. The benefit goes up from 10% all the way to 100% in 10% increments. Okay, it goes up from 10%, goes from 10% all the way to 100% in 10% increments. So when you have that fella that say, hey, I have 35% or I have 42%, I personally wouldn't take that much advice from him. But understand, it's all in good heart, all in good nature. But also, there's a lot of misinformation or false knowledge out here. You can't believe everything you read or you can't believe or anything that's heard.